guys, the following message is brought to you by NHTSA. Okay, so everyone knows the risks of driving drunk. You could get in a crash, people could get hurt or killed. But let's take a moment to look at some surprising statistics. Almost 29 people in the United States die every day from alcohol-impaired vehicle crashes. That's one person every 50 minutes. And even though drunk driving fatalities have dropped by a third in the last 3 decades, drunk driving crashes still claim more than 10,000 lives per year. Oh, plus, they can have a huge impact on your wallet. You could get arrested and incur huge legal fees. Oh yeah, plus you could also possibly lose your job. So, what can you do to prevent drunk driving? Well, you can arrange a sober ride home before you start drinking, designate a sober driver, or call a taxi. And if you know somebody who's drinking, take their keys and arrange a safe ride home for them. You know, like I do for Boomstick. Look, we all know the consequences of driving drunk, but one thing's for sure. You're wrong if you think it's no big deal. Drive sober or get pulled over.
When it comes to the Dark Knight, things can get, well, dark. And sometimes it can go beyond even that, like in, well, Batman Beyond. You're probably like, I saw that show, it wasn't that bad. Well, today I'm gonna take you on a journey through the seriously messed up stuff the movie and comics get into.
I'm Batman.
No, I'm Jocelyn, actually. I just always wanted to say that. I'm the intern that does all the research nobody else wants to, straight from the desk of
Death Battle.
Gotta work on my Batman voice.
We all know about the world that Batman Beyond sets up. Everyone's old and grumpy, and they rely on teenager Terry McGinnis for all the Batman vigilante stuff, which, honestly, wouldn't you think that Bruce would take more than 5 minutes to get over his qualms about having underage crime fighters out in the streets? Especially considering how his last Robin, Tim Drake, was disfigured and tortured for 3 weeks by the Joker and became a freaking Joker Jr. who almost killed Bruce because of how completely psychologically broken he was? But I guess in Bruce's mind you get a pass if at least one of your parents is dead. Little did Terry or Bruce know it was actually Terry's destiny to become some sort of caped crusader. They've got some pretty spooky connections. It turns out that the guy who killed Terry's dad is the great-grandnephew of the guy who killed Batman's parents. And I say dad because if you remember from the Batman Beyond death battle we did, Terry's actually Batman's biological son, thanks to some strange genetic experiments Amanda Waller was working on. But that's not the only bits of weird science she was up to. In fact, one of the first villains Terry faces in the comics is one of Waller's well-intentioned attempts to protect the world through less than stellar methods. This version of Hush is actually a clone of Dick Grayson, made to be a potential Batman replacement. Except this Grayson clone escaped its facility before it was done, cooking? I don't know. What I do know is that Waller should have kept a better eye on her clones.
Come on, every scientist knows there's like a 50-50 chance the clone will turn evil and try to escape.
Anyway, #NotMyGrayson believes he's the real Dick and wants to replace Batman as Gotham's hero. His plan? Kill all of Batman's enemies.
Which I see 2 problems with, okay? 1, it's not very Batman to kill. I mean, for the most part. And 2, wouldn't that kind of eliminate the need for Batman?
Well, Terry eventually takes him down with the help of the old crew of Bat heroes, and all is well for however long anything can stay well for in Gotham. During all of this, the real Dick, who, by the way, retired as Nightwing and now owns an athletics training center, is all testy and doesn't want anything to do with Batman. Which I can understand. I mean, Dick got shot in the effing eye, and Bruce barely even batted one. On top of that, it's revealed in the digital Batman Beyond Unlimited and Universe Comics series that after Batgirl quit and broke up with Bruce, due to Tim Drake's Joker fiasco, Dick and Barbara started dating again. Except guess what? She was pregnant with Bruce's baby. So of course Dick would be annoyed when Bruce tells him Batgirl's knocked up by not Dick's dick. And it gets worse. Heads up, it's gonna get real dark. Barbara lost the baby. I mean, I don't even know what to say to this. What the hell, DC? And with that loss, any relationship Batman could have had with either Barbara or Dick is pretty much canceled. Bye-bye, Bat family. One final messy part of Batman Beyond is when Terry finds an alternate dimension where his dad is still alive and he's still a teenage dirtbag. So after doing some alternate heroics and getting his alternate self, T, to become an alternate Batman Beyond, he casually uses an interdimensional portal to go back and visit his alternate not dad every once in a while. I mean, check on T's Batman training, of course, before realizing that that is an unhealthy coping mechanism and calling it quits. Fun fact, after all that hullabaloo, we're free to enjoy Terry as Batman, right? Wrong. Volume 5 is all about Tim Drake time traveling into the past to keep certain events from happening, but when he travels forward into the alternate timeline he's created, everything's still terrible. Just in a slightly changed way, so he becomes Batman instead because in this timeline, Terry's dead. But then we find out Terry's actually alive, not dead, and has been brainwashed into being a supervillain. And then Tim frees Terry from his brainwashing so Terry can become Batman again.
Not confusing at all, right? I'm fine. This is fine.